Speaking of game changers, let's switch it up to my guy,
Magic Johnson. Oh,
Dame Dollar.
dang.
I mean, you want to go to Magic?
No, dang cool. Dang cool.
I gotta go to Dame, and I'll go first on this one because I'm starting to like really get like kind of tired of this Dame talk. I think we're getting to the point we overrating Dame. For the past 5 years, we've been saying Dame been his championship piece to this team, to that team, to this team, to that team. This team need Dame. Every time a team fucking lose, they need Dame. Every time a team look like they one piece away, they say Dame. Dame this, Dame that. Meanwhile, Dame got pulled into the conference finals once. And let's not forget the year, I think the year after, a year before that, they got swept by the Pelicans when Rondo and Drew Holiday put it on him and CJ. I don't understand what type of reputation Dame has besides being a top All NBA player. He has the ability to be a first team All NBA player, and even then, I think that was just 1 year. I think he only have one first team All NBA, and I mean that's a big accomplishment, but I don't think Dame has a reputation of MVP player, and I don't think he needs the reputation of a championship player. To me, two teams he can help out, and it'll be a championship piece. Excuse me, and I honestly, I'm not even sure if he will actually. Excuse me, I'm not even sure if he'll help those teams be a championship team. But I think these are only two teams where I'll say, okay, they're a true finals threat. The Lakers, and the reason why, because Dame could play off ball, he could just be a big time shooter for that squad. But that also depends on Anthony Davis' health and LeBron James' health. But I do think if Dame on that, we could legit say finals threat or a championship threat with the Lakers. The other team would be the Miami Heat, which of course is all rumored around to be. The only reason I say Miami because they found their way into the finals again, and it seemed like they needed somebody who could hit big shots. Dame has a reputation of hitting big shots. I'm not sure how he'll hit them in the finals and everything like that, but he does have a reputation of hitting big shots. So, yeah, those are only two teams I could say. I don't think he helps out any other team. I mean, if you want to say Denver, but clearly that's stupid because they already won the championship, and plus they got Jamal Murray. What they need Dame for? No other team. I don't think Dame helps any other team. I don't think he put Boston over the hump. I don't think he put Philly over the hump. I don't think he put no other team over the hump, but possibly Miami and the Lakers. That's it.
So I guess when we're saying this is you judging Dame, you're judging Dame by him being the number one option. If we talking about him going to another team, there's a possibility that he wouldn't be the number one option. So with there being a possibility that him not being the number one option, that might be different, right? So if we're looking at things the way that we're looking at them, I guess, for example, when it comes down to Dame, the way that people have guarded Dame when Dame was Dame was they would double cover Dame at the half court line. So with them double covering Dame like that if you put him on the Clippers, right? Obviously, if Paul George and Kawhi are semi-healthy and healthy when it comes down to the playoffs, then that's a trio that I like, right? Who's like you putting the number one defender on Kawhi, you putting number two defender on Dame, you putting number three defender on Paul George. Like that's tough, right? And that creates space. So I'm just saying, like, just giving, for example, the Clippers, right? I've already said Dame with Luka. Like, I would like that better than the Kyrie thing, just because I think that Kyrie does dribble the ball a lot. So I've seen what Luka can do by himself. And adding Dame to that might do something. if we talking about the say the Bucks, right? Drew Holiday is 6'4". He can play the two guard. Like a Dame Giannis pick and roll would be crazy to me. Just because I think you have to commit. You have to either have to double cover Dame or you have to drop with Giannis. So I think that's crazy. Um, maybe if we look at, and I'm not sure about, maybe we look at Philly, right? And I'm not sure if James Harden gonna still be there. Maybe he signed back. I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention, but maybe he could go to Philly, right? He'll be a better scorer than uh Tobias Harris or Tyrese Maxey. So I think he'll make them better. You already said Miami, and I think I think that's a place where he can actually go and he make a difference. So like that's a couple places on the top of my head. What about if he went to New Orleans? We got a lot of young pieces that we can give for Dame. We got a lot of picks, so maybe Portland would be interested in that.
But that wouldn't make
I'm
no
just saying
championship.
that if we look really looking at what Dame can be a championship contender, there's a lot of different places that will put a better team around him than he has had in Portland, because the pieces that he's had in Portland was the best piece he had in Portland when he first got there was probably LaMarcus Aldridge. Then after LaMarcus Aldridge got there, CJ. After CJ, you got Anthony Simons, and him and Anthony Simons haven't really played together because Dame has been hurt the whole time that he's been there. So, like, I think other places will have a better roster around Dame than Dame has had so far.
Okay, so to rebuttal what you said about Dame being a first or second option, the way I look at it is the reason I said the Lakers in the Heat, because realistic, those are the only two teams who I ain't gonna say realistically because I'm not sure how money and trade works with everything. I don't really do the GM thing. I just throw it out there. But Lakers have someone who's proven to be a champion. They got the right squad around them, which is LeBron James. So that's why I'm like, okay, Dame will help LeBron James win a championship. Jimmy Butler got to the finals twice. So I look at it like Dame gonna help Jimmy gets over that hump in the finals. There's literally no other realistic option of a championship piece that Dame could go to and you could say, oh, he'll help that person win a championship. Embiid haven't proven to win a championship. KD is all booked up in Phoenix. He's not going to stuff with the Warriors. Giannis, I'm not sure if they even the market to even find Dame or even talk to Dame. I agree that probably the one other option, but I think Milwaukee and Denver in the same boat. They're not looking for it. So to sit there and say Dame gonna go to Philly and help Embiid go to the championship when B can't get out the second round. That's like, wow, Dame had problems getting out the first and second round himself. Luca been to the conference finals once and didn't miss the playoffs. I don't really care about the whole Kyrie thing. Like if you want to blame Kyrie on that, that's wild. But like still, um, even the Clippers, if you want to say Kawhi, the guy who could lead and Dame help Kawhi out, that's fine. But I'm Kawhi still has so many questions around him that to where he ain't playing so long. I'm not even sure what the fuck his play style is no more. If you can tell me what Kawhi play style is, then that'd be amazing. I know he got the mid range thing, but what team would you put around Kawhi? I would love anybody to tell me that. Like, give me the type of players put around Kawhi. I'm not sure. So yeah, everywhere else everywhere besides Lakers and Miami, I think Dame could actually help them to a championship. Everybody else, they that the person Dame either backing up or leading will have to depend on Dame to do something Dame never done before. So
So this is the thing. What you're saying is you're saying that Dame can't do it because it hasn't been done. The thing is, if we look at 2019, um, the Lakers were led by LeBron James and they missed the playoffs. The Pelicans were led by Anthony Davis, and they missed the playoffs. And we put those two guys together, and in 2020 they won a championship. That's
Prove my
like
point.
when we talking about this, like, because roles change when you add players together, then those players can do different things.
You prove my
And
point. Yeah,
this
LeBron.
in this year, we basically Jokic added Murray and Michael Porter Jr. because they didn't play last year, and they won a championship. I want to say they were second round last year, but
Last
I'm
time they
saying
played together, they went to the Western Conference
they
Finals.
were essentially added because last year they didn't do anything. So I'm just saying,
Gee, the
like,
last time
if
they played, it was in the Western Conference Finals.
cool, they didn't win a championship. What I'm saying is, if you mess around and we could say, like, Giannis has done it before, right? So I'm saying Giannis has done it before. So I'm adding Dame with Giannis, who has already done it before.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
if we gonna talk about Embiid with him and Harden, Harden has been in the conference finals before. Tobias Harris is not really adding anything to that team. Tyrese Maxey has really been the second best player on that team in uh certain spurts, right? So what I'm saying is, if I add Dame to that, team, to the big three of Harden and if I add him to the big three of Harden and Embiid, then that can possibly cause trouble, because how are you guarding those three? You have two people who can, and Dame has, once he gets inside of the timeline, he can
The
shoot from
threat.
there,
The
right?
threat.
You got Embiid, who he's one of the last centers in the league. You're gonna run a pick and roll with him, with Dame and Embiid, or Dame or Harden and Embiid. You feel me?
Where you get
I
this
think
Dame pick and roll from?
Dame not able to do a pick and roll.
He not. He not really that. He more pick and pop player. He rarely do a pick and roll.
When I'm saying, he would literally be the person who would be shooting. He would be the shooter in the pick and roll, where Embiid can actually roll to the goal.
Yeah,
But
but I mean, Dame rarely does that. But
no, but I'm saying he will be running in basically a D'Antoni offense. So since he's running in basically a
with
D'Antoni
Nick Nurse,
offense, huh?
with Nick Nurse,
D'Antoni ain't that no more.
where at?
And D'Antoni, wait,
You
is
talking about Philly?
D'Antoni? Yeah, D'Antoni ain't have nothing to do with Philly. He not there.
Doc was the coach of Philly.
No, I know Doc was the coach, but I'm saying they had Daryl Morey and they had D'Antoni there, I believe, huh? Oh,
Oh,
where's
as an
D'Antoni?
assistant?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. But I know Nick Nurse the coach now.
I might be wrong, because I think D'Antoni was
He could have been, because I think they were saying something about how he helped James Harden become the star he is. So they probably it's a if you're wrong, I can see how you mix that up.
oh, you know what? D'Antoni is the advisor with the Pelicans. I ain't know that. I ain't know that. But I want to say 1 year he was with Harden. And I think, you know what I thought? I thought, because Morey went there. Daryl Morey went to Philly. So scratch that.
Right.
But anyway, I do think that when it comes down to I think Dame is a more valuable piece than Tobias Harris and probably Tyrese Maxey. And if that might be a trade that they can actually get.
I just don't see how. I mean, I rocks with Dame, but I don't think Dame proved to me, like, if maybe Dame was in this multiple like I think Harden deserves more respect than Dame when it comes to being a championship piece. Harden got the Rockets to the conference finals a few times, but the way we
But
treat Dame, we treat like Dame had Portland knocking on the door. He just a 30-point scorer.
the thing is, Dame is always a number one option. Now at this point, we're talking about him being the number 2 or 3 option.
But
That's
you think
different.
you think him as a number 2 option could help somebody who never got over the hump?
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
think that's
you know what?
so. Look,
That's the
so
question.
this the thing.
That's
You
the
gotta
question.
you gotta give love to. If you don't give love to number 2 options, then don't give love to number 2 options. But sometimes you give love to number 2 options.
But number 2 options got to get it done.
And I'm saying
I'm
he
not.
has to be a number
Look,
2 option in order for
look.
him to have a chance to get it done. We haven't
If he
seen him as the number 2 option.
okay, cool. But again, my argument is I'm not about to bank off the unknown. I don't know how much he can help Philly. He might go to Philly and they still a second round exit. The reason
They could be.
I said the two teams I said that works are proven teams that can get to the championship without Dame already.
So teams
So I'm
that don't need
assuming
him.
huh?
So teams that don't need him.
No, they still need him. Lakers clearly need him. They won a championship 2 years ago. But they clearly need him. The Miami went to the finals twice, and I watched the finals this year. They have no big shot maker. Playoff Jimmy got left behind on a bus somewhere. But yeah, it's they need. Those are the only two teams I see that works. I mean, like I said, if you want to go with Milwaukee, that works in a way.
So basically, you say in order for Dame to win, he has to be with somebody who's won before. So the Clippers, the Bucks, Boston doesn't count because they haven't won before. What you call them now? Like Boston went to the
The reason
finals. You gonna get? They went to the finals.
the reason the Clippers to me don't work is I'm not sure how it works in the Clippers. And as far as Boston, it's the same. I'm not sure how much he helps Boston out.
But they went to the finals. So I'm saying that don't fit your criteria. Like if you saying Dame is not a valuable piece, that's something different.
You only hearing one thing. The Lakers need a third option who's a big shot maker, and so does Miami. Boston don't need that.
They don't. They don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said like I get the only other option I throw in there is Milwaukee, but I'm not sure how Dame's style fits with Milwaukee, but Milwaukee about to be on a whole new offense anyway. So I guess you throw Milwaukee in there too. I'm just saying I don't think Dame proved enough to me to say okay he can help Luka, he can help Embiid, he can help I don't keep name like Ja. He like even the Clippers. I don't think Dame proved enough to where he could carry the Clippers like that. Maybe because again, a healthy Clippers is probably one of the most dangerous teams in the league. But
so my thing is like just let's use the Pelicans that eliminated them. You had on the team that Dame was on, you had Rondo, or the team that Dame was going against, you had Dame and CJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
The team that was going against them, you had Rondo and Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's switch that to them playing the Clippers. Who you putting Drew on?
If Dame on that squad,
yeah,
probably Dame.
Okay, who you putting Rondo on?
Kawhi.
All right, so who you putting on Paul George?
Anthony Davis.
All right, so that's the thing when it comes down to that team or at that time.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
What you saying?
I'm saying it's a big difference. You had Anthony Davis, who is Anthony Davis guarding?
Oh, I don't know.
Cancer?
I don't know. I'm not.
I think it was like in his cancer.
But I'm not knocking him for it.
I'm just saying like the way that Dame is gonna play now. Dame is gonna have the most freedom that he's ever played with, because the players that he's gonna play with, he's never played with a Kawhi. Has he ever played with somebody as good as Paul George? No, no,
No,
for real. Has he ever
no,
played?
no. He
So,
haven't. He haven't. But
so if
again,
he hasn't played,
I think
if he hasn't played with somebody as good as Paul, and I'm saying, I'm saying it's like he actually got traded to the Clippers. But I'm saying just giving you the
I know
Clippers
we don't
example.
hypothetical. We don't hypothetical.
Yeah, he hasn't played with somebody who's as good as Paul George, who is his second best player. So he has the two best player that he would ever have played against in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and we're going to say that he's going to be the same old guy. If we switch it to Philly, the two best players that he would have ever played with would have been Joel Embiid and James Harden. If we switch it to the Heat, you already have the Heat, but it's like Jimmy and Bam would be the two best players he ever played with. If we switch it to Boston, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum would have been the two best players he ever played with. So I'm just saying that we have to allow him, if this would happen, we have to allow ourselves to see it, and before we say, oh, it wouldn't work.
That's fine. Look, I'm always about being proven wrong. They have situations where, hey, I didn't think that was a big move. Look, here's news flash. I didn't think Pau Gasol to the Lakers that crazy move, and look what happened. You know,
I can't lie. I was like, bro, how they did that?
the only thing about that trade, I was like, okay, I guess they got rid of Kwame Brown, but is that really going to be the move to take him to where we need to go? And look what happened. So
I thought it was a good move. I thought it was a big move.
But again, matter of fact, that shouldn't even count. Kobe, an all-time player. So again, like unless Dame about to help out somebody like the Heat, who's right there, and they have an all-time great coach. So I don't know, man. All right, we can kill it on Dame.